We have some questions in chat asking about the flag, so we'll go over that once more. Just a quick rundown. We have vanilla enemies. Spells are adept, so magic is going to be shuffled around. XP is vanilla. That's what Ice used his veto on. Maya was going to go for lol XP. Weapon fixes are off. There was a free-form party selection. Map is extended open progression, and we have bigs and wedges as our end goal.
No, Artea making a good point. Since this is vanilla enemies, both liches are primed for nuke, so that would be an unpleasant. That's going to be an unpleasant combo.
That's also very true. 2 Lich 2s that have nuke ready to go, and 4 Phantoms that are notorious for punching very hard. So that's definitely a formation that our runners aren't going to want to see either. Alright. Looks like we've gotten through the issues, so we have our runners are all readied up, so in just a few moments we should be getting started. Just a quick reminder, this is ichbinmiah and xIcebleu's third match. They're tied 1-1 right now. So whoever wins this one is going to continue in the winner's bracket, and whoever loses is going to get a second chance in the loser's bracket. So this is for all the marbles between these. And our runners just got the countdown, so we are off to the races.
Alright, so the first question, what have we got in the magic shops? Looks like we got some plastic swords for sale, and there's Fade.
Ooh, Fade only available to the White Mage. I wonder if that's enough to make Maya consider re-rolling here.
I would if I was in issues. Quad X and Zap, not too bad though.
Looks like Maya's sticking to his gun. This is not doing a quick reroll, so we will see whether or not his decision pans out for him.
Alright, cabins and houses pretty dang expensive, so no saves on the way up to Temple of Fiends, and Maya is just gonna kick in the door, and here's Quad X.
Yeah, quick Quad X is going to make short work of Garland. He stood no chance. And we are going to get our... well, it's not going to be the loot, but we should be getting the bridge from the king.
We're not getting anything with Maya getting blocked by those bats.
Bats are the real final boss. Oh, ichBinmiah finds our first stone of the match. We were playing for stones today. And the second.
And Maya is going to run back into Temple of Fiends while Ice is getting roughed up a bit here, but makes it out with his Black Mage. So just up the turn order now. Gets it.
Yeah, well, with Vanilla Garland, he's only going to punch, and he can't punch both of them. And Garland is not going to survive a Fade or a Quad X, so... Princess would give the loot, but we have a short Topher, so our runners start with the loot. So in this case, Princess gives nothing.
Alright, and Maya's gonna try again to get these stones out of.
Looks like he's on a good part of the encounter table. So making short work of this Topher. Temple of Fiends, not revisited.
Alright, and ichBinmiah first to get across the credits bridge. And Maya not too far behind. He'll probably stop in Canary to pick up some cabins, because that's a bit of a long trip.
ichBinmiah stopping off at Matoya, gonna see if there's anything hidden in those 3 chests. Big ol' pile of cash. And a stone. Great part about having Quad X here is that we're going to be able to make some really quick work of some of these fights for most of the game, really. It's not until quite late that enemies have over 300 HP, so any of the high experience points, single enemies that we run across, we're going to be making short work.
Oh, those cabins are very, very expensive. I think they might be autographed by Abe Lincoln.
They're a vintage model. Be curious to see if either of our runners stop off for something like a Peninsula Power Grind to get a little bit of starting cash and to get some experience points under their belts.
Well, for Ice, that's a possibility. For Maya, not so much. He's missing out on Fade unless something good for killing undead and Frostwolves is here. And wow.
Oh man, Life 2, Ruse, and Exit. Maya's going to be kicking himself for not taking away.
Yeah. Oh god, the
and
Black
level
Mage.
2. Oh man.
The Black Magic just gets worse.
Man, at this point, I don't know, despite the 5-minute deficit, I might consider resetting if I was Maya.
I don't know. I think you can't really spot a player like Ice 5 minutes, especially then considering. But I mean, he might get 5 minutes on you just with Exit alone. You never know.
I mean, Exit in a Shard Hunt is worth at least 2 minutes, I would say.
Alright, ichBinmiah has a boat.
Well, we talked about some extensive save items. Softs are a premiere as well.
ichBinmiah is going to pick up a couple of iron armors. They're a little on the expensive side, but they're certainly worth it, especially when you're shaping up to see a Marsh Dive soon.
Yeah, iron armor is a good amount of absorb, especially for this early game. So definitely a good investment, given that he got a big old pile of cash in Toy's Cave. Both of our runners now have their boat, so it's off to Elfland, and then almost assuredly Marsh Cave, unless we see TNT or something of the kin in Dwarf Cave.
So yeah, Ice is gonna do the Dwarf Cave check. Meanwhile, Maya is just gonna buy heavily investing in cabins, and we'll see if he goes for the armor.
Looks like he's skipping out on armor, so maybe trying to save up for some level 3 spells, given that he's going to need something to get himself jump-started, something more reliable than Zap.
And there we go.
Pop is on the menu, it looks.
Yeah, he's gonna go for it, and well, time to Zap and Quad X some folks.
So now the question is going to be whether or not Maya doing a pop grind is going to be able to make up some time, considering that iCiceblue is going to have exit and fade and be able to blast through the early game fairly quick.
Has Maya checked the white magic shops at all?
I don't know that he has.
It's one reason why you wouldn't restart if you don't know. This is not good for Maya. I mean, you can get 2 of them, but then what are you gonna do?
Stun them? I mean, that's a spell we don't see used very often, but oh, he's going for rub strat.
Going for the rub. Oh, he got one. Nope.
Just opts to reset.
There's the rub. Oh no!
So many giants for Maya.
Too many giants. Alright, perfect.
Volcanic, best spells we saw at level 2 were Hold and Stun. So, Black Magic at level 2 was not very great.
Yeah,
Maya did pick up Rub.
Well, we got Temper at 3, which is pretty nice, but that's not really what you're looking for here. Heal 2 and Wall at 4 for Ice, which might not be bad. Wall especially being a decent pickup, and Ice 3 is ludicrously expensive at 4.
Yeah, so we're looking at about 20k to really get those black mages worth their salt.
Yeah.
That's gonna hurt.
You know, another consideration too is with only needing 16 stone to open up Temple of Fiends, it might be good to have Wall, just because you are likely not going to find a lot in the way of ribbons.
Yeah, Wall could be helpful, particularly if we end up in a situation where we've got, say, Chaos Innate Garlands. Chaos has a lot of elemental spells. So do the Double Dragons, in fact, so that could definitely be a spell that we see some use out of.
And Maya finding about 6k worth of goods, 2k of that being a soft potion.
Yep, so Ice is going to give us our first look at Marsh Cave, taking the top route first, of course, since it's a little bit faster to get down to the chest.
Yeah, finds a stone, so I think now is a good time for Ice to just commit to using some spells. You're gonna wanna walk that out anyway. Question in chat: what items do stones replace? Some of the lower tier chests. So maybe your solo heal potions and your 5 gold chests, that sort of thing.
Yeah, they replace a lot of the low value things. So you're not missing out on any of the good items. For instance, you're not going to see fewer ice armors or flame shields or that sort of thing.
And another question: are there more than the 16 needed? Yeah, this is very similar to the Link to the Past Triforce hunt. In that regard, there are, I believe, 30 total, and you can also get shards from defeating fiends as well. So you get 2 for defeating Carrie and Lich, and you get 4 for defeating Tiamat and Kraken.
Crabcakes asks, 30 counting the fiends? I don't believe so. I believe there's more than that in total. I know 30 is the max amount of stones possible if you have the extra treasures on. But I believe there's more than that, so that way you're not in a situation where you have to find every single one.
It may be 32. I know it's at least 30.
Alright, so Maya on his way to join Ice in the Marsh Dive. Ice is making some good progress here. Finds another couple thousand gold here down in the bottom, and a lot more gold in this.
Well, that ought to be good enough to buy anything that the runners want in the way of equipment. Yeah, here's an example where Fade would be pretty nice to have, an unrunnable wizard pack.
Just hiding some more gold behind the wizards today. So we've narrowed down our progression to 1 of 2 chests.
And Maya putting that zap to good use against the enemies in the early game. It's gonna work pretty effectively. And was that a ruby?
That was in fact a ruby.
Oh boy.
Oh, and a TNT, so we're gonna go pay Sarda a visit, I'm guessing.
The ruby is bait, go to Crescent Lake.
Oh, right, because vanilla fetch quest, so we're just gonna get a rod out of Sarda. Or not fetch quest, but main NPC.
Yeah, might not necessarily be a bad idea to grab a bunch of chests of earth and then take out Lich. That would get you a good chunk of the way towards finishing the set.
I suppose that is still 10% EXP from getting the rod from Sarda, as well as the 4 chests in Titan's Stroke.
Alright, Ice is gonna go run back and pick up Temper. So at least the main advantage for Maya with his party comp now is that he can stack Temper like crazy. So that'll be pretty good in counterbalancing Ice's advantage of having Fade for late game Topher.
Yeah, and there was a good amount of money in Marsh Cave, so I expect Maya to have the funds needed to stock both those Black Mages with Ice 3. So once he gets a couple of levels under his belt, he'll really be picking up on the experience, on the firepower.
Yeah, Maya's going to be in a little bit of trouble going through. If four wizard shows up, if there's 2, he can just double quad exit. A couple of ghouls that do not want to exit the dimensional portal.
Throwing the low chance rub at them too.
the fighter casts sword, and that's good enough.
Alright, Ice on his way to go turn in that TNT. Talk to our good friend Narek and get some access to the rest of the world.
Yep, Narek, unfortunately a casualty of poor fireworks safety, and we will not likely see him for the rest of the game.
Maya does get good luck on the wizard, saying only the 2, so this is what he wanted to see.
And the ruby. And these gargoyles are not trivial to deal with, and this is where not having the iron armor is going to come back to bite Maya.
Does get the run on the Black Mage, so hopefully if he has some decent luck with encounters on the way out, he will be able to escape with his prize.
Yeah, gets a first strike on another gargoyle pack, which is absolutely what he needed. But yeah, the multiple hit enemies are really going to just roll you in the beginning of the game if you don't have any armor whatsoever. And right now, that is a naked fighter, so not a good position for Maya to be in.
Our first look at level 5 magic, we've got Fast and Fire 2 available for the Black Mage, and we have Harm 4 at in a very expensive 28,000 for the White Mage.
It's the Zap and another nice HP bump for the two party members remaining, so it's, I would be very interested to see if Maya is just gonna two-man this from here on out.
Well, Maya tries to quad axe the Muck, but they resist death, so no luck.
No luck, Muck.
ETAP asking that the fire indicator represents stones. Yes, we're lighting 1 orb for every 4 stones that our runners have. With ichBinmiah and Maya both having 4 at the moment.
Yeah, another multiple punch enemy, the Crawl, but seems like not doing too much, so. And ichBinmiah is gonna find a stone hanging out and a ribbon, so big payoff.
Yeah, definitely getting some value out of stopping by the Titan's tunnel and going to get the rod. So
yeah, and
hopefully,
there's
for Maya's sake, he does that too.
Yeah, there's another 2 at the bottom of Earth as well, so but I think a path divergence is probably Maya's best bet. If he follows in ichBlue's footsteps through the end of the game, with this decent chunk of a lead that ichBlue has opened up, he's probably going to fall behind and stay there.
I want to give a quick thanks to Falconic FF in chat for gifting a tier 1 sub to Queso Dog. Congrats on your new sub and emote.
Oh gosh, even the tents are expensive.
Yeah, really, camping gear is at quite the high premium. Must be tourist season or something.
And Maya stopping at the local REI. Come on, man, just go to Bass Pro Shops during a sale. $65.08 for a buckler. That's the Apple Store right there.
Maya finally does stop off and get himself some armor, though, so gonna have a little bit more absorb. I didn't catch, did he revive both of his party members?
He did. And, yep, gonna stop in Canaria as well.
Yep, looks like it's time to pick up a couple of those houses.
Oh, jeez.
So I'll be curious to see what Maya does here. As you mentioned, if he continues to follow in Ice's footsteps the whole way, he's really playing behind the 8-ball, given that Ice has got Fade and Exit and a little bit of a lead on experience and whatnot. So we'll see if maybe Maya mixes up and tries to go to Volcano, or what he decides to do from here.
So Maya can sort of mitigate that advantage of not having Exit by going through dungeons where he knows he can make it to the end in one shot. And any of the Fiend dungeons you can do that with, and you can also do that with Ice Cave. So, but Vanilla Ice Cave, no, not happening. Not at these levels.
Yeah, I don't expect either of our runners will want to go into Ice Cave. Not with the mages and sorcerers and random encounter wizards. There's way too much dangers that you don't want to see there. Maya could get some good mileage out of going and stopping by Volcano, though. There's a huge number of chests that would be available to him.
And Fast is available at 5, but Maya is kind of hurting for cash right. But there's some chain armor, so that is what Maya has been waiting to buy. But I think the iron armor would have been a nice time save had you picked that up earlier. Oh, so Maya did have wooden armor, which is why I guess the crawls weren't hitting as hard as I was expecting. But the big problem with wooden armor is it's only +4 defense for an 8 evade penalty. So it gets really bad really fast. It's good for killing thieves, though.
It is good for killing thieves, we'll give you that. Ice did find a slab in Earth Cave, so a little bit more experience gains if our runners go there.
A slab?
As well as a stone.
Alright, so iCiceblue up to 6. Maya is going to pick up his 5th and the ribbon.
And you know you're desperate when you pick up gloves for your black mages.
I mean, you don't want them to get cold in Ice Cave, right?
I just hope we're not going to Ice Cave.
Maybe they're oven mitts?
Fair enough.
Turns out that wasn't the armor shop at all. Maya just went to a Williams-Sonoma.
Oh, yes. They're for the spell casting, right? Of course, Volcanic.
Maya longingly looking at his magic menu and just probably letting out a sigh of frustration.
iCiceblue tries to go with Quad X on the Earths, and Earths are elementals, and all the elementals in this game are immune to Quad X, so
yeah,
no dice.
And Rub, so Temper probably is best way of getting out of this. I think I didn't see it, but the Earth probably one-shot the White Mage in the background.
Yeah, Earth's punch for quite a lot of damage, so I'm curious to see how he intends to actually get out of this room, but if nothing else, he'll have the information of whether or not he really wants these treasure chests.
Yeah, this is a reset at this point. So a little bit of a way for Ice to or Maya to catch up here, but he's gonna go after that canoe right now.
Yeah, I think the guaranteed key item from talking to the sage is getting that canoe. There's some really great encounters around Crescent Lake for gaining some EXP quickly that are all going to go down to Quad X, so this play makes a lot of sense for me.
Yeah, ichBinmiah having a 1-stone lead from digging out the 5 chests in the Earth Cave lobby, but Maya is gonna see what he can dig out here, and who knows, maybe the steel armor's kicking around. Well, there's a pro ring.
Pro rings and gold bracelets, both very expensive today.
Oh god, the silver
Silver
swords.
swords.
Look, you jerks, we're here to save the world. Give us a discount.
And level 6, not much better for black magic, so
yeah,
we now know that.
No nuke.
Yeah, nuke's either level 7 or level 8, so strap yourselves in. Maya's gonna have a little bit of a rough time, I think, with the magic selection.
Well, Zap and Quad X should be able to get him through Volcano, but I am very concerned about the AoE power of everything in Volcano. Just walking it out when you've got Paralisks and Argoyles and Fire Hydrants that cast Cremate, it's just... Ugh.
Yeah, and unfortunately Maya didn't pick up Hold either at level 2, so trying to take on Carry if he decides to take that route is not going to be easy for him.
Oh, I don't think there's any way Maya's going to try Carry, not at these levels. Maya's just hoping to dig a floater out of here. But it would be vanilla in Ice Cave, right? Or are all the chests shuffled?
No. The chests are shuffled, so we don't know where the floater's going to be. It's just the NPCs that are vanilla.
Oh, there's the Argoyle. Rip.
Argoyles are jerks. Nobody likes them.
Even when they're not casting fire, too, it seems like they have something nasty. Oh, hello again. And goodbye again.
Get some low rolls, but that second one is just too much damage.
Yep. Alright, Maya's gonna go check the left side now, maybe. I don't know, maybe there's some ice armor over there.
You know what we've got? We've got more Argoyles for you.
So, 3 for 3 on the Argoyles. It's like... You know there are other groups.
Nah, there's only Argoyles.
Oh, Maya's in some trouble here now. He doesn't have ice 3 charges.
Yeah, he forgot these are unrunnable.
It's okay. He's not messing
honestly,
up too much.
Might as well just reset. Yep, there you go. Alright, what about Armory proper? Maybe we'll actually get something in there.
No. Maya's digging for what he's... Oh, God. And he takes the Sphinx to the face. Maya, what are you doing?
It's all part of the RNG manipulation, clearly.
I suppose so. No. No, Maya!
No, don't do it! You don't want that!
No! Okay, it's only one. He might be able to get out of this.
We're swinging some falchions, hoping to do some damage.
Yeah, I was really hoping he wasn't gonna stack temper on the guy in front. Not so good. Oh! Oh, it's lit, fam! No, it's not.
Not anymore.
Oof.
Fires are just giving Maya the business.
Just don't. Just don't. Just get
Get all the big chests. No. Maya is bound and determined to go after this mystery chest here. And yeah, there's more gargoyles.
Yo, dog, we heard you like fire, so he's put some fire in your volcano.
Alright, let's see if ichBinmiah runs into the same enemy assortment here.
Getting a little bit better luck, though. He managed to get a first strike, so free chance to run.
Alright, and that is a very dead peed. And yeah, ichBinmiah is just... No, I'm good. Don't want to see what these fires have in store. There's a 3-pack, so... This might be a good opportunity to get some levels fade and exit out once you've gotten your ill-gotten gain.
Yeah, Ice having a little bit more resources under his belt is I think a much better go at this volcano.
It tries to rub the peed.
Turns out even on Peds, rub is still bad.
Like, Quad X is the empty spot now. Alright, Maya takes down the Sphinx. It's just gonna go out and save. It looks like this is what he wants to do, get some levels before going any further.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, ichBinmiah trying to Quad X the fires to no avail.
I'm honestly a little bit surprised that Maya didn't try and do a grind outside Crescent Lake, where he can just reset and get his spell charges right back to full.
I think he was expecting Volcano to play a little nicer. There's a lot of times when you don't have things shuffled, as ichBinmiah finds a Power Gauntlet, you can get away with coming to Volcano with some early levels, killing a couple monsters on the way through for some early chests and walking out, but no, not vanilla Volcano. There's just too much nasty here.
We are 35 minutes in, and ichBinmiah just now hitting level 9. So, vanilla XP at its finest. Did find another stone, so he's up to 7 now.
2 katanas and a sun sword, so he's good on money, and he's good on the weapon for the primary damage dealer. Weapon fixes are off, so it's gonna get a lot of mileage out of it.
Yeah, that sun sword is a great find, given that it's the best weapon outside of the Masmune that a fighter can equip, so it's gonna start doing a lot more damage. Maya does have an ice free charge now for each of his black mages, but he's going to have a rough time with these fires if he is out of spell charge. He is bound and determined to find out what's in this chest, though. Meanwhile, Ice has made his way down to Volcano 4. Finds a Zeus Gauntlet in one of these buried chests, so definitely a welcome find.
Yeah, tosses that on the Black Mage, so another AoE in their pocket. And there's a heal staff.
Ice unloading his castable items on his Black Mage, and finds his 8th shard.
So I'm very curious what Ice intends to do down here. He's got a ribbon, he's got a sun sword. Chances are pretty good that he'll find something decent. Well, now that he's dug that out, no. But if he finds any extra armor, he'll be in pretty good shape to do a grind down here.
Yeah, and if I recall, vanilla Agamas have fewer than 300 HP, so a Quad X Agama grind might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, the other notable thing is they also like casting heat, so instead of punching the fighter, they'll be going against that ribbon defense. And, Maya says hi to the Gargoyles again. So, I don't know where ichBlue ended up in the, oh, there's an ice sword, so that's a nice find for this dungeon, and now, opens up two-man strats.
Yeah, definitely getting some value out of having two fighters here now that he's got two really solid weapons for them.
But he's also down to about 50 heal potions, so all depends on his comfort level and how much damage these Agamas kick out.
I think in this situation, if I were to do a little bit of a grind, I would want to keep the White Mage alive just for exit, to get the safety to leave whenever I feel comfortable.
Please, someone petrify the White Mage.
Well, there are Perilous in this dungeon, but it's a little bit too low to find them now.
They're just gonna kill you with Squint anyway, so...
Yeah, it's true.
A little rough. So we've got... Yeah, definitely some leveling going on, and when they punch, they do a decent amount of damage. I haven't seen too many heats thrown at them. And might be time for some Agama effects. Ice looks like he wants to keep the whole party alive, so he wants to be able to throw out some fades against Carrie. So much so that he's even having the Black Mage throw the heal staff out.
Yeah, the heal staff is a really nice pickup in this situation, able to make this grind pretty safe, really. Meanwhile, Maya finds a juicy 4P pack, and is going to Quad X his way to some XP.
There's the heat, and there's the heal staff, so Maya's doing a pretty good job, or ichBlue is doing a pretty good job of kind of keeping neutral with his heal supplies. The heal staff is, yeah, it's pretty much patching him up for all the damage he's taking.
Yeah, he's making very good use of it, and it's going to keep him pretty close to topped off. He's decided he's had enough, and is going to stop by the Red Dragon chest, so we will see what's in there.
All right, I'm back. I had to go get some water. It's getting a little warm in this volcano.
Certainly is. I actually missed what item ichbinmiah got out of the red D chest, but it didn't seem like it was too important.
It was about 5K, so he just got a lot of dough.
A lot of dough to go with these bread puns we've got in chat. Alright, Maya, after gaining a couple of levels, is finally able to dive a little bit deeper here in the volcano. He is going to find some much-needed castable items to keep his party safer and able to do some more consistent AoE damage.
Yeah, Maya down to 24 heal potions, so if he was planning on setting up a solo grind, not looking so hot.
Ice thinks he's got what it's going to take to get through the Fiend of Fire and get 2 more shards. So I see this going pretty well for him, mostly.
Yeah, already going for the Quad X, and gets pretty much the ideal turn order for it.
Have some nice damage swings from those fighters and a quick fade, and 300 HP is all it takes.
Yeah, and Ice just needs 5 more shards.
Yep, so at this point, Ice has got a couple of options. He's got the Ice Cave available, which is less than desirable, most likely. Got Castle Ordeals, or has the lower half of Earth, as far as chests to possibly find the floater and find his other stones.
You know, Maya losing 1 black mage.
Yeah, the Bulls aren't having it, and they're hitting pretty hard. Those poor black mages just don't have enough absorb to be able to shave off some of the damage coming in.
Yeah, Maya's in a rough spot right now. He's almost out of he is out of heal potions at the moment. Having to commit some to heal up damage with the remainder of the damage tiles in here. He's gonna go for heal staff strats here too, and that might be the best way out here. Although he's trying to run from this Agama. Not quite sure what he's up to with this.
I mean, I think the idea is to make sure he doesn't leave any chests unopened, but I'm real curious how he thinks he's going to get through carry. This is not going to be an easy fight for him.
Yeah, no Agama grind, so, and ichBinmiah is deciding to go into Ice Cave, and, this is gonna be a little rough.
Yeah, this is a bold move, and I'm not sure if I could make it. Vanilla Ice Cave is quite dangerous, and even though he's got a ribbon, I certainly wouldn't feel comfortable.
So the other issue is, with Extended Open, you have Waterfall and Ordeals available.
Oh, right, because of the port added by open progression, we can get to Waterfall, you're right.
Wow, Carrie just rolling super high on that fire too, and down goes Maya. So losing all of that progress, and he's just going to leave.
Yeah, this is it's pretty unfortunate. It's really been going everything against Maya from the very get-go. Missed out on the White Mage to have some really good early magic to really get rolling, and ever since then it's been pretty rough. He still, of course, has opportunities to come back, but he's got a long road ahead of him.
He's going for Ice Cave right now, and I do not think he has the party comp to pull this off right now.
No, I really think if he was going to go for Ice Cave, he really needs to sit down and get some levels. I mean, it sounds a little bit counterintuitive because you're not making progress on opening chests and whatnot, but he really needs a way to make sure he's safer diving some of these dungeons.
Yeah, and I think Maya could have pulled off that carry fight, with two fighters and a black mage casting heal staff on the Agama grind. But he just went for it feeling low on heal potions, and it came up just short.
Frost Wolves living up their name. Ice finds a Pro Ring and a Silver Axe buried beneath here. Silver Axe isn't going to do him much good, but that Pro Ring is a welcome sight.
Waterfall and Ordeal's looking pretty good.
Yeah, I really think that's a much better way for Maya to try and get himself back into this race. While Waterfall doesn't have a whole lot of chests for him to open to get back on the shard game, he could easily find himself a good amount of experience points. You've got Nightmares and Ghastly fights, albeit extremely rare, that both are weak to ice, and Mudgulls aren't too bad to fight.
No, Mudgulls are pretty weak to Zap, so he's got everything, with the Ice 3 and the Zap charges, he's in pretty good shape, and Zap works appreciably well on Undead, too. Oh, Vanilla Mages. Oh, boy. Is the Lit 3 gonna come out?
Nope, they're just gonna land all 3 rubs, which is just as bad.
Oh, okay. Maya gets to see if there's anything good in this chest. Nope.
He gets an Ice Sword, and you can see the pained look on his face as he's resetting out of it.
And there's the eye.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see if Ice is just looking at this one chest, or if he's going to try maybe doing a little bit of a grind here. He does have a ribbon and a Pro Ring, so he could protect his White Mage and one other character if he wants to do a 2-man grind here.
He's making pretty good progress on this, though.
Yeah, eyes are worth a ton of experience points, so he's already level 14, and this could get him some quick experience points. I'm curious, at what level would he consider stopping here?
He also has the option later to fight gas dragons, and, well, here's some sorcerers, so he might be in some trouble.
This is absolutely the fight you don't want to see, and the White Mage survives getting touched by the sorcerer, so definitely got a bit lucky there. On the other side of our screen, unfortunately, Maya is having the wrong end of the sorcerer luck here, as his whole party is getting trans.
Please, Maya, listen to our mixtape. It's a knockout.
Yeah, they just want to take you to the Eurobeat festival. That's all.
He's gonna be so frustrated when he finds nothing in here.
Alright, meanwhile, Ice has completed his Ice Cave dive and is off to sail elsewhere. Needs only 4 more shards at this point, and he will be in the territory where he can choose to tackle the Temple of Fiends Revisited. So, Edge, you've been in a number of tough races, and certainly in this kind of a situation, if you're Maya, how do you bring yourself back? What do you need to do to clear your head and to make some progress in this seed that's just been giving you nothing but business?
I think you need to go to some place where you're pretty confident that you can make progress. And I mean, after getting beat down in the ice cave, Maya may think, well, I gotta hope that this is an easy ice cave. Or after getting beat down in the volcano, he's gotta hope this is an easy ice cave, and kind of playing to smaller and smaller percentages while you're on tilt is a bad idea. So in Maya's case, maybe Volcano's easier to take out, maybe Waterfall's easier to take out. Just get something done to get you kind of back in the right headspace to finish the game out.
Maya finding himself on the wrong end of a blizzard now, as he's fighting these frosties.
Yeah, it was an Oreo blizzard, but 2 party members were lactose intolerant, and yeah, they're not doing so well right now.
CNote58 in chat asking an interesting question. Commentators, how much of a gap between the 2 players' progress would you attribute to the party formation? And I think that's a little bit of a difficult question to answer. I think that the party formation accounts for some of the gap for sure, but I think a larger portion of it at this point is the fact that Maya's unfortunately been kind of beating his head against the wall. He's had a number of opportunities where he could have tried to do more of a grind. He could have done a grind outside of Crescent Lake. He was getting a good grind in on Volcano. So I think that maybe party formation accounts for probably about 2 minutes of the gap. But I think the other portion is decision making.
So I think the other aspect is with the pool of magic that Maya has available, it's a little harder to execute with that. Not impossible, but it's a lot easier to throw out a fade and kill everything for doing 230 damage than it is to know what enemies are vulnerable to zap, know what enemies are vulnerable to Quad X, and to plan around that. And in Maya's case, just that and the fact that I think he went into Volcano with only around 40-something heal potions is after clearing the top half out was a little ambitious on his part.
Alright, Maya has managed to get to the final floor of Ice Cave. And if I was him in this situation, you're down to just a solo fighter, I would abandon the eye tile. Just take these 3 chests, get out, and go.
Nope. Solo grind time. The tilt is real.
Well, he does have a ribbon.
Or reset. Never mind.
Alright, well, he knows that this is not where he wants to be now. I guess it's time for Waterfall.
You know, the other consideration is with access to exit, Ice can also see what the 7 chests are in Temple of Fiends before going and doing other things. Probably won't make a huge difference, but that is an option. If this was Long Topher, he could have done a grind with that too, but no gas dragons, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's still going to need the 16 shards anyway, so it's not likely he's going to be able to get them particularly early, though. Maya's finally gotten himself a good bank of cash, and he's going to use that opportunity to get gold bracelets for both of his black mages. So I'm curious what he's going to do with that. But I guess just the guaranteed safety is going to be able to get him through some other dungeons. So hopefully we see something big pay off for him here soon. Maya really needs a big moment here. He needs to find either the floater or find some encounters that he can get some really nice EXP on, something of that nature. It looks like his decision is going to push him towards ordeals. Oh no, Maya doesn't have the crown. So no ordeals on the plate. So we are off somewhere else now.
Oh, waterfall. Not head there, though.
Yeah, he's going north. I have to think Maya's going to go to Earth Cave, but I really think that if he had remembered Ice Cave was on, or Waterfall was on the table, I think that could have been... oh, was he remembering? Do it, Maya!
No! That's the nail in the coffin. IceBlue finding the floater rod lock. So there's no way that Ice doesn't find the next stone in a pretty easily accessible location. If I was him, I would book it straight for Cardia.
Does he only need 3 at this point?
Yeah, and you're gonna get 2 from Lich, so
Yeah. Yeah, there's a pretty good chance with the number of free chests in Cardia that This is going to be 16 shards very shortly for Ice. And on top of that, he's also going to have... Well, he has the slab already, so he could translate that and get the chime. Which might not be a bad idea anyway, given that he's probably going to need some levels before he tries to tackle the alt boss. ichBlue trying to quad X Lich, and that's not going to work. Lich resists death.
I'm gonna kill him more.
Yeah, funny story. Undead death spells don't typically work on them.
Well, Maya's gonna find out that they don't work on nightmares either.
Yeah, nightmares have a surprising number of resistances. Resisting death magic as well as stone poison. Bane and Brack don't typically work on them either.
It's okay, Maya. I run from my nightmares as well. Credit going to one of my members of chat. You gotta zap him.
Yeah, if nothing else, Maya should really be trying to zap the golems for the experience points.
Alright, here comes the big
really
sleep
needs to
touch.
I think it's a good runoff, though. Oh, and a loose adamant. So 20% experience points is definitely going to help out for Maya. Unfortunately, it wasn't everything he was looking for. And there is ichBlue's last stone. Actually finds 2 in the Cardia Forest chests.
Question in chat, how much of this party was set and how much was player choice? This was all player choice.
Yep, Maya elected to allow for a freeform party, so the fact that they have very similar parties was completely decided by our runners. Lundika asking, why is Ice still searching? I imagine Tail would be a nice find. You know, he's got these free chests that are all right here. So there's a good number of things that could really help out. Volcanic FF pointing out that Masamune would be a big boon for physical damage. And he's likely going to need some experience points anyway still. So definitely trying to get some encounters in and doing a grind. If you're going to be looking for more experience points, you might as well be doing something else while you're at it. So opening some chests makes a lot of sense unless he's doing a tile grind. Crab Cakes in chat providing an excellent point. Ice could definitely go see what's in the Topher chests and find out what the alternate boss is to help prepare. Falconic asks if there are any Fiend Trap tiles. There are not. This is short Topher with no Fiends, so it's straight to the final boss. And trying to figure out where to go next, and if he wants to catch up, he really needs to do Earth Cave, now that we know that the floater's down. Noctis Vigil asking, since enemy skills are vanilla or any of the stats changed. In this flag set, given that the runners chose vanilla enemies, it is entirely vanilla. Every enemy has the vanilla spells that it would have, the skills that it would have, status attacks that it would have, and stats that they would have.
And there's Maya's slab. And he's gonna walk it out.
Just kind of stares in disbelief for a moment at the chest. That's not what I wanted. Alright, so Ice is picking up his cube and his adamant as well. The rich get richer. Yep, Cheesenator in chat pointing out that Fundead would have vanilla nukes, and Warmick and Friend have vanilla nuclears and nukes. So definitely some unfriendly final bosses that we could see here. ichBinmiah happy to eat some nachos on its way south through the river. And Maya doing a little bit of shopping before he figures out where he's going to go next. Looks like he bailed on Earth Cave, which is unfortunately not what he should be doing right here.
Well, it's just a good thing he hasn't found the chime yet, otherwise he would be in real trouble. There's some steel armor for Ice, so he gets some nice equipment upgrade for the second fighter, and some silver bracelets. Not too bad for the mages.
Yeah, I would say it's really expensive, but he's got the cash to afford it at this point.
And gonna buy some silver hats too. So yeah, he's gearing up for the end fight for sure.
Yeah, I have to think, being in Ice's position, he has no idea, of course, where Maya is. So I would be at least wanting to find out what I'm going up against here.
Alright, Maya digging out a stone.
Yeah, happy to see that Maya decided to come back to Earth Cave. Obviously, we know that this is where he needs to go for progression. So,
And
hopefully, now that he's geared up a little more, he's going to be able to get through.
Ice might be thinking mermaids.
Yeah, he's still looking for something. So, given that he wants to open chests, mermaids seem like a really good place to try. I'm a little bit surprised, given that he was right by Gaia, that he didn't go turn in the slab to get the chime and check out the bottom 2 floors of Mirage.
Yeah, that bottom floor of Mirage is pretty low effort, so... And Maya's gonna find out how fun Earths are. Or not, because he has a Sun Sword.
Yeah, fortunately that Sun Sword is going to put in a lot of work here in the Earth Cave. It's going to be doing a lot of damage compared to the enemy's HP. ETAP pointing out in chat, wondering if ichBinmiah thinks he needs the key. And if that's something that he's not aware of, that key is not required in this short Topher, that could explain why he's running around opening so many chests.
I think at this point, that's Maya's best hope for catching up right now. Oh no, no! Maya getting Jake Operd.
That boss is the worst boss. NPC Guillotine Wen.
Oh my god, we were hearing parts of the music that we never get to hear while playing Randomizer, thanks to that bat.
Yeah, you never get to hear the full loop in Earth. It's been since vanilla days when I was a kid, stumbling around and trying to figure out where to go. ichBinmiah finding an Aegis shield. If he ever finds the tail, he's got some really nice equipment.
There's a white shirt, so we have some evasion now. And Maya's having a stunningly awful time in Earth right now.
I have a feeling I'm gonna get an earful. I'm the one that rolled this mess.
A second ribbon for Ice, so... The gear is getting better and better, but not quite there yet.
2 ribbons in tow, and he's still looking, so...
He's still got some
when he
spells.
decides to stop.
Yeah, he's still got some spells to throw out, so might as well dig out some more chests while digging into some of the decent experience you can get out of these monsters.
Yeah, at least Sea Shrine is a really good EXP dense area. Got the Gur Sharks, the Big Eyes. There's some pretty nice encounters. Nazmian there, he's probably gonna stop looking at this point.
Jackpot. Alright, so what are the bonus 7 we have? Wow,
Nothing
garbage. I think Ice was expecting a boss fight as he just careens to the end here. So yeah, putting the mages in front. So yeah, I'm expecting only one cast of Fade before somebody takes a dirt nap.
I do not like this option of putting the mages up front. Oh, and of course he gets the option that doesn't matter if the mages are up front.
This is about as ideal as it gets. So just setting up a couple of fasts and then off to the races here, it seems. And Ice is still guessing. Which one is he?
I'm a little bit surprised that, given that it was still a guess, why not just throw out another power bonk until you've spotted the chaos? But at any rate, Fade takes down all the Garlands, and at this point it should be a pretty straightforward fight. There's that another Temper on Joni, and swings for, what was that, 3 hits for 100 damage? He hasn't fasted that night, has he?
I think he has, but yeah, I think Chaos is going to make it to the Cure 4 round beforehand. It's just really going to come down to how much damage does that nuke do. Oh, there we go.
Fade comes out for 99. There's the fast on Joni. Slow 2
The
that's
slow
ineffective.
2. Okay, well, never mind. Now when you do 1460, so that's a lot of crits.
iCiceblue finishes with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 20 minutes, 30 seconds, and Maya immediately forfeits. He has had enough. I cannot say I blame him one.
So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we're joined by iCiceblue right now. GG.
GG.
So
I gotta ask, what happened to Maya?
everything.
Everything.
He wasn't lying when he responded to your question. Everything. If it could have gone wrong, it did.
Starting with party selection, he went with 2 black mages,
Oh.
and then I think in his first foray through Volcano, he saw nothing but Argoyles.
Oh.
and
Yeah, for
died
3
to
dives
carry.
straight.
Oh.
And yeah, then he tried to take Ice Cave at level 10, as you do. And Ice Cave was Ice Cave.
Shoutouts to Czar for blessing the floater in the final chest of Earth Cave. I'm gonna have a word with you later, sir.
We're joined by Maya right now. GG. Rough.
GG.
That was a rough.
I want to apologize to everyone for what just happened here. That was, God bless you, xIceblue, for putting me out of my misery. That was horrifying.
That, yeah, everything that possibly could have gone wrong did.
So I want to hear from xIceblue first. What went right? Because I've got a whole laundry list of things that went wrong, and I'm gonna take a minute to go through it. So I want to hear how it went well first.
Well, I never had any problem with anything, to be honest. My dive through Volcano, I found 1 pack of Argoyles and I got a hero run immediately. And then the grind from like 10 to 12 on Agamas went fine, and Carrie died in 3 shots. Then I went to Ice Cave, experienced no problems there, got to 15 off of I, went back to Earth Cave, found the floater, went to Waterfall, did Gaia, found the bottle, went to Sea Shrine, found Mermaid Village, and I found the White Shirt and the Mazmune, and I left. And that was it for me.
Who was the end boss today?
8 Garlands and 1 Chaos.
Yes, it was. Good. Excellent. The one I didn't want. All right.
Yeah, so Maya, I think you saw level 1 white magic, and you saw that it opened with Fade being locked to the white mage. So my first question for you, before we go into anything else, did you consider at all re-rolling and taking a white mage?
Yeah, I absolutely did. The Fade was in second slot. I saw it there. I thought about it, and decided not to. And then the instant I went to Bravoka and found that exit was there, I knew I had made the wrong decision. Especially after I saw the glorious black magic that was available at both levels 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Black magic was very underwhelming.
So rolling with double fighter, double black mage, not the preferred party comp for how the magic spooled out, and that's perfectly fine. And then I just made a whole lot of unforced errors after that too. Should I have re-rolled? Probably. But I said, screw it, and let's see what happens. And boy, was that not the right decision. So that's kind of how it went there. And then my Volcano was just a complete train wreck from beginning to end.
I heard it was just nothing but Argoyles.
Well, it was nothing from Argoyles at the beginning, and then I died to carry once I got to the end of it. And so the only chest I hadn't checked at that point was the Red Dragon chest. And the way this was going, I was pretty convinced that it was going to be there too, because I never even got to the point where I found Floater. So I was heading in that direction when you got done, and so that's why I said thank you for putting me out of my misery.
Floater was in the very last chest in Earth Cave. Last chest. So I think you and I need to have a little conversation with Czar.
Yeah, tell me about it. And, that's something else I would probably have wanted back a little bit too. I ran over to Sarda to get the rod early because I wanted to check the 4 chests that were guarded by the Titan. And while I was there, the way that the magic was going, I probably had no business going over to Volcano yet. Probably doing a full Earth Cave sweep would have been better for the party composition and the magic that I had at the time. I would not. There was nothing in Earth Cave that would have really scared me except Stone from the Cockatrices. But other than that, that would have been the better play for me. If I could have that back, I would.
I don't know. Level 7 dive. When I was checking the first set of chests blocked by Earth. Earth immediately punched my white mage in the face for 150 and one-shot him. And I was like, all right, so we're leaving.
So I'm glad that's over. Let's just put it that way.
So, GG to both of you. Ice, congrats on moving on in winner's bracket. Your next opponent is Broadster. Excited, nervous? What are you feeling right now?
As long as I don't have to race him in Willow, I'm fine. I'll be good with it. It took me like a week and a half to figure out that if you hold up and press A, the text moves faster. So other than that, I think it'll be a good race. Brat and I are both pretty good players, I believe. And yeah, he and I met in the second round, I believe, or third round of the first spring tournament. I don't think he's had a chance to race me since then.
All right, and Maya, since this is a double elimination tournament, you are obviously not out of this. You will be up against Hangry Canuck in the next round. So, looking forward to going against Hangry Canuck. What are your thoughts?
I am very much so. Ready to watch the taste of this seed out of my mouth, and looking forward to more fun down the stretch. Hangry's a lot of fun to play with, so I look forward to it.
I'm sorry I did this to you, Maya, with the vanilla XP.
No. The vanilla XP was perfectly fine. It's really, I think we do need to blame Czar for coming in and blessing us for the seed. Unfortunately, you had a ribbon or something and it reflected onto me, so that's perfectly fine.
I promised a Shadow Walker special, and it lived up to it on Maya's side of the screen. I'm sorry.
No worries, anyone. It was. I hope I at least was able to entertain people. So that's all you look for in these.
All right. Well, we have some more Highlander action coming up tomorrow night. First at 7 p.m., it is Solaris, Drix, and I facing off in our second match in our round of 3, and then again at 11 o'clock we have Greggly Puff and Elastoid facing each other. So be sure to tune into those. Edge, do you have any final thoughts? Why don't you take us home?
All right, just thanks to Speed Gaming for putting us up. Thanks for Shadow Walker for being on comms. Always a fun time, and thanks to the support staff as well. Coming up next on Speed Gaming, on this channel, there's a link to the past Randomizer daily race in about 23 minutes. So if you want to catch some more Randomizer action, stay tuned. On behalf of everybody at the FFR Highlander Tournament, thanks for watching, and we hope to see you around next time. Have a good one.